guys, welcome. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome cross watchers to Capricorn as well. And if you're brand new to the channel, very happy you landed here today. Come say hello in the comments. Let me know where you're tuning in from. My name's Laura, and we're glad to have you join us. It also helps me to kind of, you know, the more I see screen names, because not all of you use your actual name, most of you don't, you know, the more I see it and have comments or just, you know, even emojis, it really does help me tap into your energies a little bit better. Okay, it breeds familiarity is the point. So don't be shy, say hi. Before I pull the card, my Black Friday special is live. Some people wait like all the while to wait for a special. $75 off my private reading, so the link is in the description box below. It went live last night and will be good for a week until Sunday, but don't hesitate if you can avoid hesitating. Because one, once it closes, it's closed, and I don't make any exceptions because it's not fair. And two, I go in order of questionnaire that I receive because they're not done live. These will be recorded readings. They're still very thorough, but they're based on the information you give me. And I take that in the order that they are received, not the order of booking, the order that the questionnaire is submitted. Okay, so just so you know. And they will be delivered, readings will be delivered during the month of December. I know. We are flying through the year. Astrologically speaking, we are now in Sag season since last I spoke with you. Saturn, your ruling planet, is stationing direct on the 27th at 25 degrees of Pisces. You can look at where that's going to land on your chart. Mercury, 2 days later, will station direct at 20 degrees of Scorpio. And then we'll close out the month with Venus moving into Sagittarius. Woohoo! So just wanted to let you know. Pulling from Ask Your Guides. Let's see your message. Card 34. Somebody else got this. First of all, 3 and 4 is 7. So there's a little bit of magical, you know, 7th chakra kind of energies around it. But it's your healer guides coming through to talk to you about deprivation. Can't remember who else got this, but somebody else got it. So it was earlier in this sequence of readings, but here's what it says. You may find yourself feeling fearful about your finances and security right now. This may cause you to be overly frugal, withhold, deprive yourself, there's some deprivation, or even hoard. Happily, your healer guides are here to reverse this fearful energy and restore flow and abundance to your life. Woohoo! They inform you that hoarding or withholding in any way goes against the divine flow of the universe and is the opposite of what's called for to create prosperity. The universal laws of prosperity state that we receive what we give. The universe does not lack. Lack only exists in our minds. The true source of poverty is disconnecting from our divine source. Like a plant separated from the earth, your true source of support and life force is interrupted. This is why you are fearful. To get back into the flow of things, your healer guides urge you to reconnect to the divine source once again. Begin by being generous in all ways possible. Now I remember. Stingy tendencies, even with yourself, only keep you cut off from divine supply. Heal your disconnection from source by recognizing that you're a trust fund baby of the universe. Your needs will be met easily if you open your heart to receive the universe's gifts. Connect to this flow by sharing what you can. A smile, a compliment, your assistance, your time. Your healer guides message to you, tap into the abundance of the universe by sharing your heart. Okay? So that's where we get to the relationship portion of the program, right? Share your heart. And it'll all come back one way or another. I know it was a fire sign, so it was either Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And I told a little story about a time when I was in true financial hardship. And a dear close friend said, you know, can you spare $10? And I was kind of like, yeah, sure. What do you need? And she was like, no. Find it, you know, a charity or an organization or something that you feel compassion for or connected to. Write out a check for $10 and mail it. Handwrite the envelope. Do everything by hand. Don't go online and make a donation. Make the physical act of writing is really important. And I did that. I think it was $10. I think that was all I could afford at the time. And it was weeks later. Not a lot of weeks, but enough weeks that I was kind of like I had forgotten about it. And I received like a return of funds, $750. Swear on my life. I didn't even know that I had overpaid something. It wasn't taxes, it was something else, but $750 came back to me. Got the email, saw it in the bank account, almost fell over, because that was about how short I was on being able to meet my monthly expenses at that time. About $750. Of course, 75 became one of my favorite numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, hello. If I see it on the lottery, I play it. But that's just an example. It's an energetic exchange. So if you're feeling deprived of love, give love. If you're feeling deprived of funds, give what you can. Assist in some way. Your helper guides are smart. And it's all already attached to a good luck charm of the number 7. Okay, so let's jump in, see what's happening for you. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. There you go. Judgment is the overall energy. This can be an energy of forgiveness and second chances. So let's see what's crossing you. Right. And there's been a lot of chaos or some drama. Something that may be like an outside source of interference in your connection. Could be some bickering back and forth or disagreeable energy between you and your person. Whatever it is, it's making it difficult and challenging to forgive. Okay, the root of the problem, we might have some complacency here, right? Or like a sense of a lack of wish fulfillment. Something not paying off. Yes, you've been, this is weighing heavy on you. You've been sort of oppressed by something here. This 10 of Wands, that's the energy I'm feeling. Because this would normally mean, like, I need to offload this. I've reached my breaking point. And then it would reset to the Ace of Wands, right? So top of mind, 2 of Pentacles. So top of mind, 2 of Pentacles is kind of like, yeah, I'm on the fence. I'm feeling torn. I'm looking at what I'm really dealing with. I'm going to make a decision. But, you know, you might be stalling for time on the decision a little bit. But you're really weighing, like, do I forgive this or not? In the near future, wow. I love seeing the Strength card here. It is about overcoming the obstacle. But you don't do that alone. There's help here. You help each other. You kind of pull together to give this connection a leg up, right? Spirit's message to you, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I do feel like part of this message is about, you know, taking care of yourself. It's Capricornian energy. You know, this is coming through as a little bit of self-care, like reground yourself. Reground yourself. And your person's hidden energy, 8 of Cups. This is kind of like almost turning their back on what they feel isn't going to serve them moving forward. So I don't know that they're necessarily walking away from you, but I am absolutely connected to the drama message. Like, I'm tapped out. So I'm just going to move forward. We'll clarify, don't worry. And in the outcome position, 5 of Cups. So the 5 of Cups talks about the past. Regrets of the past, mistakes of the past, senses of loss and grief, sadness, even despair. So we're going to see if we get to kind of part from that, if we get to offload it. It's hard to say because I need the clarifiers for that. So let's jump in and get some answers. Judgment, cross by, 5 of Wands. 9 of Wands, it's been a slog. Page of Pentacles, fresh start. Do I want to start all over? Temperance, kind of. All right, well, Temperance is good because coming from the bottom of the deck, it's like there's within you is this understanding that maybe it's best to just kind of go with the flow for a moment, because maybe we can come out through this and, you know, have this fresh start. There's something more you might need to learn in this situation even that will help you make a better decision or the best decision for you. But I definitely feel like you've been dealing with whatever this drama is, whatever this conflict is, for a while. Here you are with the 9 of Wands, like, right? It is a card of perseverance and kind of staying in the fight and not giving up. But because I'm looking at the past here with you having this 10 of Wands, I almost feel like it's past due to offload it. And yet there's a part of you that's kind of a little bit of wait and see. Like, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm going to keep my powder dry. I'm going to kind of see how this unfolds over time. 9 of Cups, the root of the problem. Yeah. 7 of Pentacles, King of Swords, High Priestess. I feel like your intuition is telling you, you know, you've been patient enough, long enough. This 9 of Cups, King of Swords energy is where the complacency is coming from. So maybe this person at this time is sort of being a little aloof, standoffish, turning their back on the emotionality of it all. So I feel like on some level, you've got this spidey sense that, yeah, no, I've waited long enough and something has to shift. Meaning it's not going to be you. 10 of Wands. Seven of Cups. Hierophant. 10 of Wands again. So you got the bookends of the 10 of Wands. So in your conscious awareness and your unconscious awareness, you're getting the same message. And this is coming now from the past, but it could be very recent. Okay? For some of you, it's been happening over time that there's been mixed messages, especially around with themes around commitment or promises made not being promises kept, or, you know, our obligations and responsibilities to those we, you know, that we commit to, even if it's not a marriage certificate. If you're in a relationship, you know, and somebody says, well, you know, this is what I, you know, this is where I feel we're at. This is what I bring to the table. This is where I see this headed. And then they renege on that. Or they change their tune, right? We get into this little foggy area of, did I hallucinate that? And I feel that's what's been weighing on you. Is there was probably some sort of statement, action, perhaps an assumption on your part. That could be where something got crosswise about where this connection was headed. But now you're getting another tune because you've got this complacency coming in, right? That kind of energy of, well, I think things are good as they are. And you're like, yeah, I don't. Mm-mm. This kind of message, by the way, not for nothing, has been coming in for quite a few of these readings. I liken it to like this reset. We're coming up on the end of a year, and a lot of us just energetically shift into, I am not going to take into 2026 what I've gone through or dealt with or, been saddled with in 2025. It's not going to happen. So energetically, we start sending out, those little sonar messages of something's got to shift here because I've been patient long enough. If you think things are good as they are, I don't. That's the conflict. So we're here in Sagittarius season. There's Temperance Sagittarian energy. And, okay, well, I'm going to, go with the flow a little while longer because there might be something more to learn here. But I'm on my last legs. Two of Pentacles. Top of mind for you. Ace of Cups, Eight of Cups, Justice. Right. This is the love of my life. This is the one I thought was the one. Don't know. Don't know about it. So also we have that Eight of Cups for you as well. And underneath is Justice. All is not fair and balanced here. Perhaps there's the lack of harmony associated with the Five of Wands. So definitely that tension kind of disrupting. And I do feel like you're in this status of, do I stay or do I go? Yeah. Status is it's complicated. Strength card. In the near future, yes, breakthrough, Ace of Wands. Okay, so now do you feel me about, this is sort of feeling like it's really relevant, present tense, Sagittarian season, kind of like, all right, we'll see where this goes. Even though the root of the problem is complacency and you're losing patience and it's weighed on you and you're getting mixed messages and maybe promises kept, not promises, promises made were not promises kept. And you're kind of like, I don't know, do I stay or do I mean, this could be the love of my life. I don't know, maybe I should just split. And then we have some kind of breakthrough. Provided the two of you pull together. So that's, the Strength card. Yeah, can you sort of tough it out? Sure. But it seems to me like you already have. So it's going to require this person sort of meeting you in that place of, yeah, this is definitely a bump in the road. It doesn't make me feel any better than it makes you feel. So how do we get up and over it? And it's like something kind of catches. Like you get that spark, you get that, divine gift of inspired passion from spirit, and all of a sudden, underneath the surface, what rises up is, well, let's get straight about these things. So there's rapid communication, clarity, insights, truths, all of this energy. It's very active. I have often seen the Knight of Swords as temper. But I feel like it's not temper. It's almost like, and I'll be damned, if I'm gonna let something go unsaid, right? Like everything kind of gets thrown on the table. That's the underlying energy with that Knight of Swords, is that the momentum picks up in that sense of urgency to, I'm going to say my piece and I want to know where you stand, and it actually results in a breakthrough moment. Progress. Woohoo! woohoo, right? Victory, triumph, we overcome the obstacles and we kind of reignite the torch of passion all at the same time. Breathe new life into it is what's coming through. Breathing new life. I'm going to write that down. Breathing new life into this. I can't even read my writing. Because, yeah, the Queen of Pentacles, the Capricorn energy here of the Queen of Pentacles is about kind of solid as a rock. Get your feet firmly planted. There's your Emperor. There it is. Yeah, Emperor, Empress. Ooh, wow. Little twin flamey. Yeah. So I love this because remember your oracle was talking about deprivation and, you know, where you feel deprived is where you need to give, right? Because it's an energetic exchange and more so it's a match. So I do feel almost like the message here is take care of yourself, because that's where the deprivation really lives. And everything will come back to you, right? Because this is sort of from the bottom of the deck. And it's like, she's such a giver. She's so nurturing. Our divine feminine in the Empress is, you know, is mother, is Gaia even. Like we get all these different what do you call them? Like archetype energies from the Empress. She's super receptive, super like, you know, okay, you know, I'm holding space. I'm the highest and best of all four queens, so I'm cool, you know, like just come on, bring it toward me. But she's also very giving and almost without, in most circumstances, because it's Venus, it's like the cup of love continually runneth over, and so she's got lots to give. That's the way we look at her. But we, our souls, have a human experience, and it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. So give to yourself. Love yourself. This is a self-love kind of a thing. And then what happens is the divine masculine, highest and best of all four kings, rises to the occasion to give to you. So we have the reciprocity. So all you've given comes back to you. But you have to give to you first. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Okay? And I know I got some Cappies here. You know who you are. Very, very almost stubborn to a fault in terms of, I got to give more. I got to, right? There's almost that quality in that energy of, well, I'm being depended upon. It's my responsibility. You take a lot on yourselves. You take a lot on yourselves. So this is your message from Spirit. It's a message from your oracle, is do not deprive yourself of the love that you deserve. Take care of you, and it will all come back. That's one of the most powerful messages I've seen. And I'm halfway through this series of readings. Your person in the hidden energies, 8 of Cups. Okay, 8 of Wands. There's the Queen of Pentacles again. Want to talk to you for second chances. Yes, the conversation that they want to have. This is what you can't see. is in their unconscious realm, it is about either reunion or reconciliation or, you know, forgiveness on some level, redemption. You can look at that Judgment card in a million different ways, but it's a match for how we opened the reading. And we know that the challenge is the Five of Wands across that Judgment card. You can't see it, so I'm going to hold it up for you. This is how it would look, right? Cross by, right? What's making reunion hard? What's making reconciliation hard? What's making forgiveness hard? There's a definite, yeah, like, Houston, we have a problem. And I feel like this person's aware of that. I don't think they're going to go unless they have a good solid convo with you. So I'm really feeling that's part of why you've got this Nine of Wands, and the other part of why you have the Page of Pentacles. And I said specifically, right, pages are messengers. There might be something more for you to learn. They want to have a conversation before you part ways, right? Because they know you're likely thinking about it. There you are on the fence. Do I stay? Do I go? This is the love of my life. But is this worth it anymore? It just feels patently unfair to me. Things are not balanced. We have no harmony. It's just conflict, conflict, conflict. And they're kind of like, well, let's talk it out first. And I like that they're coming from some measure of this Judgment card. And I gave you all the different potentials because it's a general reading for the collective, not a private reading. So you've got to kind of take what part of that Judgment card really speaks to you. Is it about reunion? Is it about reconciliation? Is it about second chances? Is it about forgiveness? Is it about redemption? What's it about? Or, yes, all of the above. In the outcome position, how might things unfold going forward? Five of Cups, Eight of Swords, Devil, and King of Wands. I'm grooving on the King of Wands because that's the impetus for something to, you know, the King of Wands is kind of like, know what I want, I'm not going to hesitate. They usually have a very, you know, BMOC kind of a presentation, big man on campus. You know, you don't miss these people in a crowd, that's for sure. Larger than life. But I'm seeing here a potential for some stuck energy coming out of fear, coming out of fear of maybe repeating something from the past. So this person may very well kind of almost bowl you over a little bit, and it might have you kind of seized up. Or maybe you both might find yourself at an impasse, a little stuck. But it does feel very karmic, doesn't it? It feels like, you know, because this kind of is a prison of your own making, and this can feel very imprisoning, right? Like you're shackled to something you can't break free of, and it's all coming from the past. And you've got this King of Wands energy right there behind the scenes, and I do feel it's coming from your person, that they're kind of, maybe it's too much. Maybe what will happen will kind of make you seize up somehow. But I do want to, is there anything you can tell me about the, is there anything you can tell me about the past, stuck energy, The frozen, deer and frozen in the headlights energy about the past. Yeah. Continued worry, a little obsessed adjacent, right? Like you get something in your head and it flows like it runs on a loop. It doesn't let you rest. A lot of sleepless nights, lots of anxiety, lots of agitated energy connected to your fear, to that devil, keeping you sort of seized up. So my best advice for you, give me an extra card here. If we want to avoid this situation, what do we need to do? What will help us change this particular outcome? Ha! 7 of Wands feels like you need to assert yourself, and I'm connecting that with this King of Wands because I feel like that's the potential energy coming from your person. Is like, you know, I know what I want, and you're looking back, and they kind of have a bigger, you know, it almost like overpowers you a bit. Not that you're any shrinking violet, but I feel like you've got to match it, if not be bigger than it. 7 of Wands can be resistance. So can the devil. So this can be about resistance. But I'm feeling the question that I asked is, how do we overcome this outcome? How do we get to something else? And it's sort of like we got to break free of what we feel is a threat. We sort of have to kind of push back against it, rise up in self-assertion, you know, be assertive, self-assertive, and that may help disrupt this pattern, and that may help you break out of your fears of repeating the past, right? Repeating the past. I think that's what the 9 of Swords is about, because you kind of, it runs on a loop, on a loop, on a loop, on a loop. And this person kind of overpowering you a little bit makes it worse. And so what do? You know, like they say in the animal world, when an animal feels threatened, it's got to make itself bigger than, at least has to think it's bigger than the predator. Not calling your person a predator, my apologies. But you know what I'm trying to say. Get bigger. Get bigger. Make sure this person sees you. Make sure that it's, you know, where you come back with, no, I'm not obsessed, and let me tell you why I'm obsessed. Okay. That's another, it's another Will and Grace theme. Grace. For those of you who are familiar with the show, Grace always yelling, no, I'm not upset, and let me tell you why I'm upset. Oh, I love you guys. Okay, so dicey as we move forward, but you're in a state of potential change here. And Spirit saying, love you first, so that the reciprocity can come from the Divine Masculine. I'm seeing a breakthrough, but a lot of stuff has to rise up to be cleared. This sort of stuck, paralyzed fear, you know, come on, guys, this is Capricorn energy. So it's not like it's not a signature of that zodiac sign to kind of get stuck and paralyzed and shrink themselves down. No, you got to make yourself bigger than the perceived threat. Okay, that's what I have for this part of the reading. Don't go anywhere because I'm going to give you the astrological associations. Also, if you enjoy my readings and you haven't done so yet, especially our newcomers, please do subscribe below. It's free. It helps me grow the channel. If you want to see more of my readings, click the little bell and the little drop-down arrow, click all, so you get all notifications, okay? Otherwise, it's defaulted to personalized. I just learned that recently. And if you like, do click like, hype if you feel so called to do. It does make a big difference, and I appreciate all those who have been helping me and this channel grow by hyping the videos. It makes a difference. And the extended, there are links below. Of course, we're looking at it from this person's point of view. It will kind of help lift the lid and let you see what they're really processing around the connection, around you, around their intentions. So if you'd like some of that information, the links are below. There's option 1, option 2, option 3. So make sure you read those. Don't just click the first link. And also the Black Friday special is right below that. And here is the astrological associations from the main spread. Judgment is Pluto. Pluto rules Scorpio. So we have Scorpio, we have Leo, and we have Capricorn. Capricorn came through this reading real strong, okay, because we had it here, we have it here. So Queen of Pentacles came up twice, and the Devil. So we have it 3 times. So lots of Capricornian energy, and Scorpio and Leo as well. Okay, so I'm headed to the extended. The link is below. I'll see you there. Bye for now.